Hello, family. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Have had a lot going on, and you guys have had a lot going on. So here we are. Um, Last weekend we had the 2-day vendor show in Grapevine. Tomorrow I've got a light language gallery here in Waxahachie on the 17th. I have a light language gallery in Frisco. All that information is on my website, patriciawalls.net, and on the event page. There are some big 2-day wellness fairs and psychic fairs coming up, and those are on my event page as well. Don't ask me to tell you the dates because I don't remember. Anyways, I just wanted to jump on here. It's been a while since I did a light language transmission for all of you, and I wanted to offer that along with some activations and deactivations. So those are going to be running simultaneously. And focus. The focus is just going to be on helping us to stay balanced. I think the theme right now for everybody is about trust. Trusting in the universal plan, trusting in their own higher plan, trusting in the divine plan, trusting in their own intuition. That's a big one for people right now. Not trusting in their own intuition and their own guidance and their own ability to discern and decide. So I think that's what the focus is going to be. So those of you that have done this before know that you just simply need to relax, receive, and release. And so any thoughts, images, memories, feelings, even body feelings that come up, they're coming up to be released, not to be reviewed, not to be taken apart, not to be obsessed over. People tend to say, oh my God, I hadn't thought about that in 30 years. Why is that coming up right now? What does that mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? It means you need to release it. And so when I'm doing this, whatever thoughts, feelings, images, emotions, remembrances, any of that come up, just simply say release and let it go. Don't hold on to it. Your higher self knows, and if it's coming up, it means that your higher self is ready to release it. It's just the human ego self that is not ready to release it. So just close your eyes, relax, and breathe. And I'm going to connect and ask for some language of light for you, and then I will start the sacred activations. He on makayere he undoira madera estere ho ombai ne inko ayelada badere etu bahaya nani ki wanda bo na ye o haye momoye na aiste ere onkoi mana na be echire itu adere aiti haya na maye nini ki ongai embebe esto badere e anto boida da haiti o aye na ne maka ye pai etuto o ipada aya o ipada na ma o ipada pe he este o ipada be nenukoi o ipada ba I a na moi ahana na yiki e ke o na ma na ma be este itu wa inki. So I'm going to start the activations now, and if you're not already feeling a little bit off balance, you may, because for most people, including me, the activation energy is a vortex energy. And so if you're feeling a little ooey ooey, you are in the vortex of change. So just allow anything that needs to be released to be released. Let's see what activations they have for us. So the first one that they're running for us is called manuscripts and manipulation. And as that's running, just allow it to run, but I wanted to give you just a short explanation what it means to me. Manuscripts is how we write our life, it's how we design our lives. It's not our blueprint, it's how we as human beings decide how our life is going to look. Manipulations is where we weave in and out of that manuscript and manipulate it. We change it, we edit it, we delete some things, we add in some things. And this activation, of course, is also a deactivation. So it's removing those things from your soul history, your beingness, that are no longer valid to your assignment, no longer valid to your health and your wholeness. That's what all of these activations are about, and the light language as well. And so all of this works in synchronicity with each other and it goes through all of your soul history, all of your ancestors, all of your other selves, all of your parallel lives, and it's removing anything that is keeping you stuck in these patterns that you're stuck in. And it's all based on the law of free will. Nothing moves if you haven't given permission. And then that's the deactivation side. And the activation side is bringing in new programs that will help you to live wholly and healthily and in balance. That one's still running. The one they're running now, they're calling geography, and they very often they just give me sort of like an indicator name to tell me what the energy is about that I'm feeling. Geography for me, of course, is related to where you are physically, where you are in your life, where you live, and possibly there are some of you who will be changing your locations. And they're telling me this energy is about putting you in the right place, the place where you belong, because some of us are definitely not in the place that we belong. And you know that you're not in the place that you belong in whenever you're unhappy, you're unhealthy, nothing works out for you. Normally you're not where you're supposed to be. So we're going to let that run until they tell me there's something new for us. So any thoughts or images that are coming up, just say release. The more you hold on to them, the more distress you'll be in. The next one they're running is called Wonders and New Beginnings. That one's sort of self-explanatory, isn't it? And what I'm doing is just watching the energy. This one that's coming in now is called Amazing Grace. That one's sort of self-explanatory as well, for me anyway. But they're also wanting me to remind you that you might want to consider giving grace to someone that you've been hard on. These activations always make me sleepy. I don't know about you, but they make me want to go inside and shut out the outside world so that I can integrate all of these energies, so I get sleepy. So we're just going to let that energy run, and I'm going to ask for some more light language for you to close this out. He ana mokoe e lo o mabae ashte e he ngo o mama e chia. Ne a da bae re inko ho o mama e ana mi e chi. Bae e totoko e de behana na ma e a sho o mbahe e nana iki. Ko la e a papai re e to maha nana re u koi ba na mosto. Ne lo o ha ia mana ne me e chike e bea ara ba ai a ki i. Kai e no oi ba chara da bai ki ara da bo ho o ba e ati tu bai a she en ka ai da be e ana noi na maha ante be ne ko o ba he este era e no ko e mamane ne ichi di bi ara a ne lu maha anami e o ai ke e amba ba este era he anana na mi ana na kai di i turu umba. So you could ground yourself. For me, I think I mentioned this a couple of times. I don't ground to the earth anymore. I ground to the universe because for me it's more expansive. It's not so restrictive because there are some people that are real proponents of grounding. I work closely with the earth, but I don't feel it necessary for my own personal evolving to ground myself and tether myself to anything, and so I prefer to be expansive, and for me that's what grounding to the universe is. So when I need to ground, I will close my eyes and say, ground me to the universe, and just breathe. And for me, I see the energy going up and out. So I'm grounding myself to the universe. Also, when I'm doing that, I'm making my connections. I'm bringing in my resources. I'm sending out waves of energy to let my resources know where I am. So that's just my process. So thank you all for joining in. I hope that the activations and deactivations and language of light helps you in some way. You can find my programs at patriciawalls.net, and also Earth Woman. It's EARTHWOMBYN at kajabi.com. And there's a link on patriciawalls.net. I'm also on Facebook as Patricia Dancing Elk Walls. So I look forward to seeing all of you in the community, in the circle at some point.